Alright, what's up Star Wars fans? This is Solus Elite from Darth Mando Radio. We're actually out right now trying to find some of the, underground type people that have been putting Star Wars out there and see if we can get a little information for you. Right now we're walking down the street that should lead us to one of the leaders, one of the more popular pages on Facebook these days. So let's see if we can't find them. Oh shit, I think we may have found him now. And I think we have him here. Is this Darth Till, I believe?
Hey, what's up, man? What's up?
We got a couple questions for you today.
Machine, Star Wars, 1997. I just want to throw that out there.
I'm jealous already.
What's up, man?
How's it going today?
Good, man. Just cleaning out the car, as you can see. What's up?
Oh, well, not too much. I had a couple questions today for some of your fans out there.
Order of the Sith, huh? Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? It's me, Darth Till, a.k.a. Steve Tilly. How's everybody doing out there in a galaxy far, far away? What do you have for me, man?
Oh, well, we got a couple questions today. The first one I'm sure everyone just wants to know is, how'd you come to love Star Wars?
Man, so that's how we're doing it today. Well, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie. I'm 22 years old. I'll be 23 February 9th. February 10th, the day after, episode 1 comes out in 3D. I just hope everybody will be out there to watch it. But actually, 2 years ago, I was with, I had a friend, and he always wanted me to watch Star Wars, but I actually decided I would never watch Star Wars. I didn't know what none of that was until one day he tricked me into watching Star Wars. He told me that he would actually had dinner, he had cooked and everything, and that he would have me, come over, whatever, and that we could just chill and watch some movies and stuff. So I went over. He had his girlfriend had made some enchiladas or whatever. I can't really remember what she had made, but he snuck in the tape, and it happened to be episode 1 of Star Wars. We watched it. After we watched it, I asked him, like, let's go ahead and put in episode 2, see what happens next. Put in episode 2. After that was over, put in episode 3. Let's go ahead and see how that works out. After that, you can obviously tell how that went. We ended up watching all 6 episodes that night, and that day probably changed my life forever. I'm actually God for that day. I can't believe my life without Star Wars right now. It's actually pretty cool experience.
Well, as a friend of yours, Steve, and as the person that put me on Star Wars, I actually hear you mention this a lot, but how has Star Wars made you a better person?
Man, Star Wars has made me a much better person, actually. Not just, I don't know. I'll put it like this. A lot of, my past, I don't think I was living up to my potential or what I, could do in life. Star Wars is actually, believe it or not, has actually guided me in a better direction and made me a better person. I now read a lot, especially that's another thing that Star Wars fans can get into is reading. Obviously, our generation doesn't really read that much, and I think that Star Wars, can actually bring those numbers up, especially with a lot more people reading the novels, even the comic books. Reading is the key to success, especially for our future generations, and I would hope that they would see that as well.
Okay, well, speaking of the books, I hear a lot about you knowing an extremely lot about Star Wars. Is it true that you own 43 out of the 46 Star Wars books that are out there? I'm sorry, 143. I did.
Well, there are 156 Del Rey novels. Let me put it that way. Del Rey, which is one of the companies that does Star Wars books. There are other books as well, Scholastic. They do children's books as well too. But out of the Del Rey books, there are 156 books. Most of them are e-novels, the Lost Tribe of the Book series. They're e-novels which you can download free off their website. Those I do not have in my house because obviously they're e-novels. I have them on my phone. But yes, the other books that are out, I do have all of them, except a couple that haven't came out yet, like Revan, the Plagueis book, and stuff like that. I'm actually proud of my collection, also with the comic book collection, and I hope that maybe one day I could share that with my fans across the world in the Order of the Sith.
Well, as being a fan yourself, Steve, so question, if you could make one request to George Lucas involving which direction you want Star Wars to go, what would you ask him for?
I think we all know from the Order of the Sith what question that would be. Can we get a movie or something that shows the Sith winning for once? Please, George Lucas.
Now, I do know you run a page. It's a pretty popular page. It's the Order of the Sith on Facebook.
Yes.
You're coming up on 2,500 likes, which is kind of a big deal. Is there anything you'd like to say to your followers out there?
Man, honestly, my page would not be a success if it wasn't for all of y'all. When I first made the page, I made the page so that way me and a couple of my other friends could be able to talk about Star Wars freely amongst each other. I have to worry about anybody else talking about how nerdy or geeky we are. And I'm actually very proud that all of you out there have actually found the time to actually allow me into your lives. Whenever you look at your news feed, whether it be on your cell phones, your mobile devices, or your computer, and you see Order of the Sith pop up, that's allowing me into your homes, allowing me to teach you about Star Wars and sharing my Star Wars experience with all of you.
Alright, well, is there anything we can look forward to coming up on your page?
Coming soon to my page, I will say this, that we'll be doing contests, and I would like to get more of the fans involved, especially with fan art and fan fiction. I would like to help, a lot of people get their artwork out and get seen by other pages as well too. I'm always honored to help fellow Star Wars fans around the globe. Not just my own personal friends, but anybody who loves Star Wars. I'm also looking forward to with the admin of the Mandalore page. That is also another page on Facebook that you can check out. I'm actually going to do a podcast. We're going to do a weekly web TV series. I mean, not TV series, but a weekly Facebook series where we'll do reviews, news, and anything Star Wars related that we have, and that I feel like we should share out to the rest of the world out there in Facebook land. Woohoo!
And we just got one last question for you, Darth Till. What does Star Wars mean to you?
What does Star Wars mean to me? Star Wars means a lot to me, actually. Probably more than what a normal person should say it means to them. But obviously I'm not normal. And as I've all heard before, get a life. Lives are overrated. Who needs those? Star Wars is a philosophy to me, a way of life, It makes you feel happy. It makes you think on levels that you would normally not think before. And I feel like we can all relate to somebody in Star Wars. Even though Star Wars is fictional, and fiction is made to be interpreted into reality, into our reality, into our situations, our daily lives. I think we can all find somebody that we relate to in the Star Wars realm, and that's what makes Star Wars personal to me, and that's why I find it enjoyable. And I think everybody else out there too has that attachment to somebody in Star Wars.
Well, before we get out, is there anything else you want to say to the people out there in the galaxy?
Well, I do want to say, keep tuning in to the Order of the Sith, and I will make sure to bring you the best and accurate, most up-to-date knowledge out there on the web. And make sure you check out www.starwars.com for obviously official news, and www.starwars The Old Republic also for the new ML game that's coming out. And for all my fans and followers that are watching this, I want to thank you for taking the time out and doing this. And I will catch you in a galaxy far, far away.
Peace. Thank you for your time, Steve.
No problem, man.